Have you ever considered the power and limitations of words? Picture this. Words are the tools we use to paint reality, to give form to the formless. We use them to label, define, and separate the world around us. The tree, the bird, the sun. Each is given a name, a word, by our minds. But these words are just that, words. They are a means for our minds to control the reality around us, for human mind is the supreme controller. Now consider this. The mind uses words to create a sense of control. By labeling and defining the world, we believe we understand it. We believe we can predict it, control it. But in doing so, are we not creating a sense of separation, a division between us and the world? Words give us the illusion of understanding, but they also create a barrier. They separate us from the raw, unfiltered experience of the world. The bird is not just a bird, but a complex creature with a life and experiences beyond our comprehension. Yet, we label it bird and believe we know it. And then, we judge. We judge based on these words, these labels. We see a tree and judge it based on our preconceived notions of what a tree should be. We see a person and judge them based on the words and labels we have assigned to them. We are stuck in a loop, constantly judging and defining, believing we are in control. But are we? Or are we just perpetuating an illusion? When we correct others on their use of words, are we not just asserting our own sense of control, our own illusion? We fight for our definitions, our labels, as if they are the ultimate truth, but they are not. They are just words, tools of the mind, used to separate and control. When we correct others, we are perpetuating this illusion of control and separation. Let's consider the power of words, yes, but let's not forget their limitations. Let's not lose ourselves in the illusion of control they offer. Instead, let's strive to experience the world as it is, beyond the veil of words. But what if words are not the ultimate reality? What if the truth, the real essence of existence, is something beyond the realm of words? Let's delve deeper into this idea. Consider for a moment the birds. They flutter around, seemingly carefree, chirping their songs, soaring in the sky without uttering a single word as we understand it. They don't need words to understand the world they inhabit, to interact with it, or to thrive in it. They are one with nature, a part of it, living and breathing in unison with the rhythm of life. Now think about a tree. To us, it's a word, a label. But to a bird, it's home, it's shelter, it's a place to rest and to nest. The bird doesn't need to call it a tree to understand what it is, or how it fits into its world. The bird experiences the tree, knows the tree, not through words, but through direct, lived experience. And isn't that a more profound understanding than any words could ever convey? Isn't it more real, more authentic? The bird doesn't separate itself from the tree with labels, with definitions. It doesn't try to control the tree with words. It simply exists with it, as part of it, in a harmonious balance. This is the power of experience, the force that transcends the limitations of language and penetrates the very core of existence. It's the language of the heart, the language of the soul, the language of life itself. It doesn't need words, it doesn't need definitions, it just is. The same goes for every other element of nature, the river, the mountain, the wind, the rain. They all exist in a realm beyond words, beyond labels. They simply are. They are experienced, felt, known in a way that words can never truly encapsulate. So, let's not limit our understanding of the world to words alone. Let's strive to experience it, to feel it, to live it. Let's embrace the power of experience and the profound understanding it brings. After all, nature is a truth beyond words, a oneness that words often fail to capture. Isn't it absurd how we argue over the correct word for a butterfly? The intellectual battles we wage over language, over the right words, are truly a spectacle of insanity. The very act of arguing over the proper terminology, or the most accurate definition, is a clear representation of our obsession with control, with ruling over the natural world through the power of our minds, through words. Consider this. We see a butterfly, a creature of stunning beauty, fluttering freely in the air. But instead of appreciating it for what it is, we engage in a verbal dance, a fight over what to call it. We seek to label it, to define it within our minds, to control it with our words. And in our quest for control, we may even destroy the very beauty we're trying to define. Like a butterfly pinned down for dissection, we dissect the truth into pieces with our words. We label and define every part, all in an attempt to exert control with our minds. But in doing so, we lose sight of the butterfly's essence, its true nature. This obsession with intellectualization, with dissecting and defining, is a destructive force. It's a barrier that prevents us from truly understanding and connecting with the world around us. We become so focused on the words, the labels, the definitions, that we forget to experience the butterfly, to feel its beauty. In contrast, consider a child playing with a butterfly in a field of flowers. The child doesn't care about the correct word for the butterfly. They don't dissect it into parts or try to define it. Instead, they experience the butterfly. They feel its beauty, its freedom, its essence. They connect with the butterfly on a level that words could never capture. So let's take a moment to step back from our intellectual battles, from our obsession with words and control. Let's try to see the world, not as a series of labels and definitions, but as a wondrous place to be experienced. Because, after all, a child playing with a butterfly understands it better than any words can describe. The sun is called by different names, but does it change its nature? Let's ponder on this for a moment. In the United States, we refer to it as the sun. In Spain, it's called sol. In Germany, they call it Sonne. Each culture, each language has its unique label. But does the sun itself change? Does the warmth it provides, the light it emits, the energy it radiates, alter based on the name we assign to it? No, it does not. The sun remains the same, a constant in our universe regardless of how we choose to define it. It continues to rise and set, to nurture and sustain, to exist beyond the realm of human language. It's not the word sun that makes us squint when we look up at the sky on a bright day, or that warms our skin on a summer afternoon. It's the experience of the sun itself, the tangible reality that exists beyond the label. This is the universality of experience. Our words, our labels, our definitions are merely attempts to capture and control these universal experiences. But the truth is, they can't be contained. Just as the sun doesn't cease to be the sun because we call it something else, the essence of our experiences doesn't change based on the words we use to describe them. The joy of a child's laughter, the serenity of a quiet morning, the awe of a starry night sky. These experiences are universal, shared across cultures, languages, and centuries. They are real, they are tangible, and they exist independent of the words we use to describe them. The sun, in all its radiant glory, serves as a reminder of this truth. It stands in the sky, not as a word, but as an experience. An experience that transcends language, that goes beyond our attempts to define and control. An experience that is felt rather than spoken, that is lived rather than described. The sun is more than a word. It is an experience beyond the control of the mind. Can we communicate beyond words? This question invites us into a realm that transcends the familiar, a space where language is not bound by letters and sounds. We're venturing into a world where communication is not limited to the verbal or written form, but rather, it takes on a higher form. A form so profound, it's hard to comprehend through our conventional understanding of communication. Imagine a civilization, advanced beyond our current comprehension. A civilization where words have been rendered obsolete, replaced by something more substantial, more truthful, feelings and vibrations. Where beings exactly feel and experience, the exact experience and feelings of each other, and they need no words. They feel each other exactly. We may experience and feel the truth we want to express, but when we express it in words, we do not even touch the truth within, and the other may understand something that is only in their mind. This is how communication works in this world. You say peace, they understand war. Yet in this higher form of communication, truth is transferred not in words but in feelings. The vibrations we emit, the energy we radiate, they all carry the truth we emit, that words often fail to capture. When such beings communicate through feelings, we connect on a more profound level. They share experiences, emotions, and sensations that words can never express. Nothing is lost or misunderstood. Consider a moment of shared laughter, the warmth of a shared sunrise, the silent comfort of a loving gaze of a friend of gratitude, or in times of distress. These are moments when we communicate in a language beyond words, a language that carries the purity of our shared experience, unfiltered and undiluted by words. That time we completely get what we are saying. This form of communication, this language of energy and vibrations, is the language of truth. For, while words can be manipulated and misconstrued, energy never lies. The feelings we emit, the vibrations we radiate, they carry our truth, and truth is felt as it is, and never how it appears to the mind, translating words according to what is in the mind. Words deceive, but energy, the truth, never lies. We feel the truth as it is.